June 14th, 1969. 6-year-old Dennis Martin was visiting the Great Smoky Mountain National Park alongside his father, William Clyde Martin, his grandfather, Clyde Demetrius Martin, and his brother, Douglas Martin. This trip, planned as a short getaway for a Father's Day weekend, involved a hike from Cades Grove to Russell Field, in which the party camped overnight. The next day, they hiked to a place called Spence Field, a popular area located close to the Appalachian Trail. At 6:30 p.m., June 14th, Dennis and the other children of his camping party would congregate together in an effort of hatching a plan to scare the party's adults. Dennis was last seen hiding behind a bush. He was hoping to hide from everyone else in the party and subsequently scare the adults he was camping with. Later on, after all the children had migrated to the center of the camp, Dennis was nowhere to be found. After waiting for around 5 to 10 minutes, his father decided to take it upon himself to go and search for Dennis. In an effort of finding Dennis, his father would hike 2 miles up and 2 miles down the trail. Unfortunately, nothing was found. After searching for Dennis, the family members decided to congregate and hike 6 miles up the ridge to the local National Park Service Rangers Lounge in an effort of alerting them as to their predicament. The following day, a search effort was organized by the National Guard and Green Berets. A total of 1,400 people were involved in this search. Despite the large amount of people, heavy rains and dense fog for the coming days would hamper their search efforts. Within a few days, every foot within 1 square mile of where Dennis disappeared was thoroughly searched. By June 22nd, a total of 56 square miles of ground had been covered. Unfortunately, no sign of Dennis. A few days into the search, the first discovery was made. Footprints, seemingly belonging to a young boy, leading down towards a stream in which they inevitably ended. At first, park officials deemed that these footsteps likely belonged to a Boy Scout participating in the search. It was noted that one of these footsteps was actually made by a foot without the use of socks or shoes, in other words, barefoot. The other footstep was made by either 2 options. One being an Oxford. This type of shoe was the one that Dennis Martin was wearing when he disappeared. The other option would be a normal tennis shoe used for athletic activities. A retired park ranger, Dwight McCarter, personally believed that the prints likely belonged to Dennis Martin. The reasoning behind this is the fact that these footprints were not found as a part of a collective. During a group search effort, the Boy Scouts usually migrated in packs or groups, not alone. Not only that, none of the Boy Scouts were searching barefoot, when in reality, one of the footprints in these footsteps was made by someone barefoot. There are 3 main theories regarding Dennis Martin's disappearance. The first and most accepted one is simply he got lost while playing hide and seek. He simply wandered off the trail too far and unfortunately may have slipped or just simply lost his way through the thick forest and ever-longing randomness and uncertainty regarding mountainous areas and foresty trees. It is probable that if this happened, he likely perished after the first night, given the fact with the heavy rains and the sudden decrease in temperature, plus the lack of provided food and water, a 6-year-old boy would not last a day or even the night out in the wilderness. The second theory is that as he wandered off, he was attacked by an animal, a hungry bear, or a feral pig are the two most likely candidates. In the mountains, there are hundreds of thousands of animals scattered about. While the chances of encountering one are low, especially in the area they were in, you can never count the chance out that he got unlucky and stumbled upon a hungry bear looking for its dinner. The third theory includes the incorporation of foul play. It is believed by many, including Dennis Martin's family, that he was a victim of a child abduction. On the afternoon that Dennis disappeared, a tourist going by the name of Harold Key was situated at his campsite just 7 miles from where the incident occurred. He recounts that around an hour after the reported disappearance of Dennis Martin, he heard, in quotes, an enormous, sickening scream. And shortly after, he witnessed an unkempt, shaggy, rough, and deranged-looking man running up the trail near his campsite, holding clothing over his shoulder. Many people want to believe that this was true, as it provides an explanation as to what happened, and hopefully a suspect in this investigation. However, when Dennis's father reported this to the park rangers and the Federal Bureau of Investigation, it was concluded that there was insufficient evidence to link this sighting to Dennis Martin, and unfortunately, this prevented the FBI from entering this investigation, as there was not enough evidence supporting the inclusion of foul play. The reasoning behind this was the fact that the exact timing in which Harold Key spotted this weird-looking man and heard this scream, as well as the time in which Dennis was last seen, were not concrete enough and not related enough to actually support that they are in some way connected. There is also no actual trail connecting Harold's campsite with the campsite in which Dennis Martin disappeared. That, combined with the fact that they were around 7 miles apart, led to investigators to dismiss this theory. When you consider 7 miles in dense, mountainous, forest-ridden terrain, it becomes very unlikely that a man spotted nearby could be related to a campsite over 7 miles away. Thank you everyone for watching this video. I tried to keep it a little shorter and do a little bit more editing with the visuals and sound effects. In the future, I plan on making more videos like this one, but with multiple different mysteries all in one video. And hopefully, as I continue to make videos, my editing skills improve and my narration takes a step up. But overall, I just wanted to say thank you guys for watching. If you have any criticism or feedback, please leave it in the comments below, as I'm always looking to improve. Thank you guys. I hope you all have a good night or day, and I'll catch you next time.